Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's been a very long time since I have done a reading challenge, a reading video in general, anything really reading related. I guess the last time I did was when I read Ninth House, which I was trying to figure out if it was a good comp title for the novel I'm currently writing. But yeah, in general, I just haven't done any of my little challenges when it comes to what should I be reading next. I am now finding that my mental health is back on track in order to let me do more hobbies, if that makes sense, and I feel like I'm picking up my reading pace again. Probably not as much as I was reading before, but still it's picking up a little bit, and I feel very motivated by the fact that autumn is right around the corner. Today, as I'm filming this, is the 1st of September, and I am just excited for all autumn things. So basically, I really want to read cozy books and things like that and just feel in the mood for it. Maybe witchy stuff. I'm excited for October coming up and having more Halloweenish reads, maybe having like some horror vibes. So yeah, I really wanted to do a little bit of a reading challenge experiment again. And I have dearly missed my little game Books Against Humanity based on Cards Against Humanity, where I pick a card that gives me a prompt that I have to fill in with a set of cards that I hold in my hand, and I try to find a book that matches this complete prompt. So basically I thought I would do a mini version of this for now and just see how it goes, kind of just, you know, dipping my toes in the water but not quite plunging just yet. So I figured I would just try with maybe 3 books for the month of September, and I might try to make them easy books, so if I need to cheat around this a little bit I will, if I need to pick a comic book instead I will, if I need to make sure that they're short novellas or stuff like that I will also do that. So I'm just gonna make things easy for me to jump back in because there's no rush, and you need to take care of yourself first is rule number 1 on this channel. If you're new here, or if you've only been here in the past few months when I haven't been doing this game, feel free to go watch the previous iterations of it because I have a full playlist of me playing this game. And in the first video I explained quite in detail how I created the game and everything. Obviously it is very much inspired by Cards Against Humanity, and I have 2 types of cards in my hand. So I have the blue ones, those are the question mark cards, so they have a prompt to fill, such as an adult novel which blank, and then the yellow cards have a little A for answer, and I'm meant to use them to fill that question. For instance, has a title in 2 words, so this prompt together would be an adult novel that has a title in 2 words, and then I would need to go in my shelves, find amongst, so like the left shelf is the one that has all of my TBR books, the books I haven't read yet, and I would need to find a book that matches this prompt that I want to read for the month. So I'm going to give myself a very small hand of just 3 cards and we're going to go from there. Here's me shuffling the cards so that I don't get exactly the one I've literally just showed you. Okay, let's get 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now I will keep having 3 cards in my hands at all times, so when I use one I replace it with the next one so that my choice is a little bit wider than I have to use the last one by the end. So my options are, has blue on it, then is photographic. These are very obviously great for a question that would be a cover that would. And then I will swap for unholding one. 1 in, 1 out. So this would work if I have a book that I want to buy that is on my TBR list and I haven't bought yet, and I want to get rid of a book. So I actually have a little pile of books I need to unhaul already, so that could be fine if I need to do that. But I haven't wanted to buy anything new like right now. Like there's some books that I'm waiting for, and just in general every time I go to Waterstones at the moment I'm like, I'm not sure, I don't know what I want to buy, so I don't know how well this card will work. So basically what I can do is, if I feel like none of these work with my question prompt, I can replace my whole hand. But when I replace it once, I have to use it at least once before replacing it again, if I need to replace it. And I can't replace just one card, I have to replace the whole hand. So let's shuffle the question cards. I will also do another thing, which is if I get a wild card or a mood read, I will swap those for something else, because I'm only getting 3 books here, so I'm not gonna make it even more easy for me. First question prompt. A book which is very nice and vague. It could very well be a book that has blue on it, and you know, that would work. So the question could be a book that has blue on it. I'm just gonna have a quick look. I don't have to look very far because I literally had this one on, I have like a little stack of books that I thought I'm gonna get to next, basically. And this is called The Premonitions Bureau. So this is meant to be a non-fiction book, and it's about a true story happening, I think, in the UK, yes. And I have the audiobook as well, so I can definitely get through this one in September because I can listen to it while working as well, which is ideal to me when it comes to non-fiction books in particular. Let me quickly read you the summary because I feel like it's going to explain it much better than I could. So, what if you had a vision that something very particular and very terrible was going to happen? A train crash, a department store fire, an assassination. What if you could share your vision and prevent disaster? In 1966, John Barker, a psychiatrist working in an outdated British mental hospital, established the Premonitions Bureau to investigate this very idea. He would find a network of hundreds of correspondents, from bank clerks to ballet teachers. Among them were 2 highly gifted percipients. Together, the pair predicted calamities and international incidents with uncanny accuracy. And then they gave Barker their most disturbing warning, that he was about to die. So I'm very excited to read this because it really reminds me of... I can never remember if his name is John Ronson or Ron Johnson. I think it's John Ronson. He wrote The Man Who Stared at Goats, and that sounds quite similar, and it was about the experiments that the CIA did in the 60s, and how they had like a bunch of people on hand that were supposedly supernaturally gifted, including a man who it was alleged that he could stare at a goat and kill it by just staring at it. So yeah, I'm excited to read / listen to this one. Now I'm gonna replace my answer card. And my new answer card is I pick at random from my physical bookshelves. Ooh. Okay, so let's pick my next question card. And it is a sci-fi novel. Interesting. Okay. So it could be a sci-fi novel that I swap for Unholding One book. Is there a sci-fi novel I want to buy really badly? Or a sci-fi novel that I pick at random from my physical bookshelves by using a randomized number. I could do that. I have no idea how much. I think I have quite a bit of sci-fi, so I could do this. I just need to count them in the bookshelves, I think, and then see. Or I could just randomize a number from like 1 to 50, let's say. That's a lot. 1 to 20, and then just count down to only the sci-fi ones. That means that my prompt will be a sci-fi novel that I pick at random from my physical bookshelves. Okay, so I've got a random number generator. It's literally just on Google, and I'm gonna do minimum 1, maximum, let's say 25, and I'm going to generate it. There we go. And the result that came is 16. I feel like there was like nothing that happened. It just gave me 16 immediately, and I feel a little bit underwhelmed, but whatever. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 16. Oh my god, that's a big one. Did not expect this. It's Hail Mary by Andy Weir, and I have owned this for a while now, and I never even read The Martian, but when this came out I was like, I really want to buy it. Like, it just sounds fun, and everyone is telling me it's like The Martian, and I watched the movie and I liked it, so yeah. And I think I might also have this one in audiobook because a friend recommended the audiobook to me and said she really enjoyed it, so wow, that's a bit of a break. Oh, it's 476 pages. Yeah. Okay, so I need to replace my answer card, and the new one is without knowing much about the story. This is the new card, and now I need a new question card. An author, who that? Okay, so I don't think this works with anything that I have in my hand, so I'm gonna swap my whole hand. Ooh, okay. Ooh, that could work. Okay, so I have a set in the future, which I don't think that's gonna work with this question. Was inspired by the last booktube video I watched. That could work. And then finally starts with one of my initials. M or A or both. Interesting. I'm gonna start with this, so an author who starts with one of my initials, and I'm just going to see if there's anything in there that I want to read. And if there's nothing in there that I want to read, I'm just going to have a look at the last booktube video I watched and see if there's anything in there that works. Okay, so I found a book that I do want to read. I think what I'm going to do is wait to see when I get to this book whether I still want to read it or if I fancy something different. And I will allow myself, as I said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to be able to cheat a little bit on this challenge. And if I feel like, oh, I'm really not in the mood for this one, I can pick another book that has the exact same prompt. So I have a couple of options in there that would be easier than this book in terms of the amount of pages, or one of them is a YA, one of them is a novella, so I could easily read that much faster. So I'm just going to allow myself this cheat if I figure out that I can't read it right now and I'm not in the mood for it, and it's just going to slow me down and potentially put me in another slump. But for now I have picked Magic Lessons by Alice Hoffman. So obviously her first name being Alice, that works with Alexander for Malin Alexander. So this works in the prompt, and it's gonna give me, I think, hopefully autumn vibes, because the first book, Practical Magic, when I read it, I don't know what, it just gave me such autumn vibes. Like, I love the movie and the book is very different, and I would go, if you've ever seen the movie and you're a fan of it and you want to read the book, don't go in the book thinking it's going to be the same thing, because it's very different. But the vibes were amazing. I don't know if this is going to give me the same. I read the second book, the one that's like the prequel about the sisters when they're young. I can't remember the name of it, and this I think is a prequel to that talks about their ancestor, when she puts the curse on the family that basically says that if a man ever loves an ounce woman, they're gonna die. I mean, I can't remember exactly what the curse is in the books, but it's pretty much along those vibes in the movie at least, so yeah. Definitely gonna try to read this one this month, because I did say at the beginning of the video I was trying to get those autumn vibes for this month, for September, so this might fill this for me. So we have the Premonitions Bureau, Project Hail Mary, and Magic Lessons, which is interesting because we have a non-fiction, a sci-fi, and a fantasy, a historical fantasy. So yeah, hopefully this is a good choice and I can read through all of it. We shall see. But again, I'll make things easy for myself, and if there's any of these books that I need to drop, I will drop it. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, leave a comment down below. I always try to respond. Consider subscribing, ring that bell, all that jazz, and I will see you guys in the next one.